Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
The Hawthorne fire is still burning tonight, with crews working for 4 days now as the flames took out over 120 acres. Thanks for joining us here on the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Sarah Sanchez. Investigators say the deadly brush fire burning in Berlin was started by a campfire. Investigators just revealed those details moments ago. Fox 61's Alexa Farrell is in Berlin with the very latest. So, Alexa, what else are they telling you?
Yeah, so at this point, they're telling us, like you said, this was started by a campfire. Hikers probably up top Lamentation Mountain here lit that fire, tried to put it out, they believe, but maybe a spark in ash allowed it to reignite and kind of spread after that. They say they do not believe it was done on purpose.
From their investigation, they determined that it looks like it was not malicious by any means. It looks like somebody who just was up there camping or hiking, had a fire, they attempted to put it out, and it looks like maybe a hot ash got out of there that they didn't catch, and that's most likely what started the spread of the fire.
Investigators say they don't think they'll be able to track down who did it because of the high volume of hikers on the mountain. Hikers are asked to continue to stay away from the area this weekend.
We have a lot of other parks in the state. Please visit those parks. Let us continue our work in this area.
They hope by Monday they'll have the fire contained if they're able to continue to do their work without disruptions.
The state's got a lot going on. There's not only this fire. We just want to reiterate to people, if you're out and about in the woods and enjoying nature, do so without open flame.
At this point, there are 121 acres burning in the Hawthorne fire, and aerial crews have dropped over 174,000 gallons of water to date. But the job isn't done yet, not with all the wind expected Saturday.
With that being said, it can still jump these lines and continue further.
And on Friday, tiny hands made a big difference in helping. These little guys dropped off some sandwiches and thank you cards.
They all wanted me to say thank you for the cards and letters from the kids that were in their lunches today. It really kind of brought up their spirits and made them move a lot quicker and have a better afternoon.
Those adorable little kids dropping off the sandwiches, they're really grateful for that. They're also grateful for the fact that mostly neighbors and people in the area stayed away with their drones. They said they just had one disruption today towards the end of the day of a drone going up over the fire. They want to remind everyone that this is a no-fly zone when everyone is working. Do not put your drone up. It's actually illegal. So continue to keep that in mind for the weekend. In Berlin, Alexa Farrell, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Alexa. Yeah, important information there. Also tonight, a Connecticut clothing company and a nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting first responders and offering T-shirts in memory of volunteer firefighter Rob Sharkovich Sr. He died earlier this week while fighting the Hawthorne fire. And because of the brave shirt, has his name on the back and sells for $25. The organization says all proceeds from sales of these shirts will go to the official fund established for his family. And the Raise the Standard shirt features a stylized flag on the back with a red stripe, his Wethersfield badge. This shirt sells for $30. The company, which is based in South Windham, says 100% of the net profits will go directly to Sharkovich's wife and children. Firefighters from all over are expected to join family and friends this weekend as they begin to mourn the man many affectionately called Sharky. The visitation at Farley Sullivan Funeral Home in Wethersfield will be open to the public starting at 2 o'clock Sunday, concluding at 7 at night. A mass of Christian burial will be said at 11 a.m. on Monday at the Cathedral of St. Joseph on Farmington Avenue in Hartford. Interment will follow at Rose Hill Memorial Park in Rocky Hill. Wethersfield schools will close Monday to give everyone in town the opportunity to mourn. And Fox 61 will provide live coverage of the procession to the cathedral beginning at 10 a.m. Monday and then carry the service live beginning at 11 in the morning right here on Fox 61, on fox61.com, and always at Fox 61 Plus. Well, crews responded to yet another brush fire tonight, this time in Norfolk. It happened on Route 44 around 6:30 tonight. State police say a fallen tree hit a pickup truck, causing it to crash, pull down power lines, and start fires on both sides of the road there. One person died, another is seriously injured in the hospital right now. Firefighters from multiple nearby towns were able to put the fires out. And last check, the roadway is still closed as state police are on scene investigating. And firefighters responded to a separate brush fire in East Lyme. These flames broke out around 8:30 last night in the area of I-95 North near Society Road. Firefighters spent about 2 hours controlling it. It spread 5 acres. The cause is under investigation. All right, let's check in with meteorologist Rachel Frank for a look at the forecast. Rattling off all those little brush fires, Rachel, unfortunately, I think this weekend's going to be really busy for first responders.
I agree, and I think that the fire conditions will be worse tomorrow and this weekend than they were today, and the reason why is because the wind returns. We'll have a gusty breeze, especially as we head through the afternoon. That just kind of adds insult to injury on top of dry conditions, and I'm talking about dry air, meaning low relative humidity, on top of the fact that we have this lack of recent rainfall as well. So a red flag warning is up just to warn people not to do any open burning, no bonfires this weekend, and to make sure that you're properly extinguishing any smoking materials, which we should do anyway. It is dry, though, as we head through both days, which is bad news for firefighters that are out there and for the brush fire concerns, but it's great news if you have outdoor plans. Both days are an excellent choice to do things outside, but it will be cooler for the second half of the weekend on Sunday. Right now, temperatures are in the 40s to right around 50 degrees, and we'll see overnight lows right around 40 as we head towards daybreak tomorrow, including 42 in Waterbury and 42 in the Hartford area. Upper 40s, though, for the New Haven area. Taking a look at the afternoon, we're looking at highs in the mid-60s, similar temperatures to today. We'll see winds out of the west and the northwest anywhere between 5 to 15 miles an hour, and there could be higher gusts up to 25 or even 30 miles an hour in the afternoon. Sunday is in the 50s, though. The chill will not last. We've got a hot Halloween in the forecast. We'll explain coming up. Sarah.
Thank you, Rachel. Well, presidential candidates Donald Trump and Kamala Harris are campaigning in key battleground states. Rallies are happening here in Connecticut, too. Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot spoke to voters about the importance of casting your ballot.
With less than 10 days until Election Day, people are rallying in Hartford to encourage people to vote and to vote early.
This is our time to win it and earn it in this generation, to organize, to mobilize, to vote as if lives depend on it, because what? They do.
A rally put on by CT Black women encouraged people to vote. People from all across the state joined together on the Supreme Court steps, as well as politicians.
We need to carve out grants for women and minority-owned businesses. We are making it better for everybody's business.
Every girl, every mom, every aunt needs to be at the polls voting, and now that early voting is available here in Connecticut, people need to utilize that.
Between reproductive rights, healthcare, and federally funded programs, some say a lot is at stake in the 2024 election.
Ladies, it is on us, and we are up for the task, because in Connecticut and across the country, more women show up to do their civic duty than men.
Bobby Brown said when women vote, they change the world.
Women are making a stand across Connecticut, no matter where you are. Bridgeport, Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut, Waterbury, Connecticut, we're here today to show that women have a right, and their right is to use their voice and vote and to get other women empowered, because when women vote, we change the world.
The main message from this rally, show up and vote on Election Day, not just for yourself, but for the future. In Hartford, Kay Pattyfoot, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Stonington's asking voters who took part in early voting on Tuesday to come back and do it all over again. The registrar says some ballots were mixed up at one check-in station. The problem involves the 41st and 43rd House districts. At least one voter stepped forward to say he had received the wrong ballot. That problem was fixed as of Wednesday. The Secretary of the State approved this do-over. Again, this is just for votes cast on Tuesday in Stonington. If you have questions, contact the town registrar. Interesting story there. And a man from the Bronx has been found guilty of murder in a 2021 shooting that happened in Waterbury. Jerome Phillips killed 25-year-old James Smith back in May of 2021 while Smith was moving into an apartment on Chestnut Street. Police say Phillips snuck up and shot Smith in the head. Phillips is due for sentencing January 16th. And an alert to share out of North Stonington. Law enforcement there say a skunk has tested positive for rabies. Officials say the skunk was found on Clarks Falls Road yesterday. There's no word on exposures, but people are reminded to never feed or approach any wild or stray animal. What does it take to be a member of the National Guard? Well, members of our Fox 61 team got a crash course today and certainly were put to work. Fox 61's Lindsay Kane is in Hartford with those details.
It's boot camp day at the CT National Guard. From military push-ups to building a radio, even rock climbing, our Fox 61 crew got an inside look on what it takes to be a member of the National Guard. Members of the CT National Guard are showing off their skills and putting media members across the state to the test. How many military-style push-ups can you do in 12 minutes, and how fast can you build a radio? These activities are just a small snippet of what it takes to be a member of the CT National Guard.
It's important because we are from the community, so we live in the community with each and every one of you here. And you might not know what we do on a daily basis.
Officials want the community to get a better look at what they do and maybe even inspire more people to join.
Joining the Connecticut Army National Guard was the best decision I made for my life, financially, education, benefits-wise. If you're interested, give us a call. We'll answer any questions that you have, and it really was truly the best decision I ever made.
Our Fox 61 team will certainly be sore tomorrow, that's for sure. Now, anyone interested in learning more about the CT National Guard and even maybe joining can learn more on our website, fox61.com. In Hartford, Lindsay Kane, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.